Okay, welcome to part 2 of our Scaletrains.com double shot review. We hope you are enjoying these videos. Thanks to everybody that subscribes and comments and watches the videos. And as I said before, we're going to be taking a look at this C44-9W, decorated as the Union Pacific 9587. This is a Scaletrains operator locomotive, and unlike its rivet counter counterpart, it does not share any of the road specific and road number specific and era specific details that is present on the rivet counter models. This is essentially a one body style fits all paint schemes and road numbers. And currently, this engine is priced at on Scaletrains' website at $99.99. However, I did see a release from them that in a run that they are going to do in November, this engine will jump to $104.99. Not sure the exact reasoning for the price hike, but just be forewarned if you haven't seen it on Scaletrains' website already. Just thought I'd give you a little heads up there. However, the next run that is the run that will be done before the November run is still going to be priced at $99.99. Hopefully I'm making sense there. Um, which I believe will this next upcoming run will be the third run, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And the November run will be the fourth run, and that fourth run will be the one that goes up to $104.99. So hopefully I'm not confusing anybody. But anyway, we'll go ahead and take a look at this engine. You may notice in these videos I don't do the unboxing like you see on a lot of these product reviews. That is because the way my layout is situated, being just a simple 4x8 table, there's not really a whole lot of room to move around in, so I can't really efficiently unbox the engine and do it where you can see it on camera. So that's why the engine is already unboxed and sitting on the layout. So just in case anybody has any, just in case anybody's curious as to why I do these reviews like this, that's the reason. So, but anyway, we'll go ahead and take a look at this engine. Really, for for a locomotive with not a lot of road specific detailing, it has some really nice depth to it, to what details are present on this locomotive. We'll go ahead and start with the box, of course. This is the box that they come in. Like all operator engines, they come in this little, don't know if you can see it, but there's this little clamshell packaging inside of the box that holds the locomotive in place securely. And also it has these little, I call them truck holders, but anyway, they just clip underneath the truck like that, and basically just keep the truck from moving around and possibly getting damaged while it's being shipped. So, and they do work pretty nice, even though they can be a pain to get off at times. But anyway, we'll go ahead and take a look at this locomotive. We'll go ahead and start right here with the trucks. And really, there's some really nice depth to the detail on these trucks. Of course, we have separately applied shock absorbers and brake cylinders. And even though these aren't spinning bearing caps like the rivet counter, still really nice depth to them. I'll try and bring that close and let my phone focus here. Yeah, right there. Not sure if you can, yeah. That's still some really nice depth right there. And these high-ad trucks on these GE locomotives are sometimes referred to as roller blades because of their appearance. They kind of look like rollerblade skates if you look at them. So that's just kind of a neat little bit of information on these locomotives. And we'll go over here to the rear truck, and of course there's the rear truck, and also the radiator grills, air intake grills on the bottom. And even though these aren't see-through, the rivet counter does have see-through grills on them. These aren't, but still very nice depth to them. And we'll go back over here to the cab. Have the separately applied sunshades. Nice printed decals and numbers on the side there. We'll turn the engine around. Have the rear view mirror right there. That's nice right there. Nice little detail. Continue around to the front. We have the nice printed number boards right here. Look good. Headlight. Nice looking ditch lights right there, which do light up, by the way. Snowplow right there. We have your knuckle coupler, and this is a Scaletrains does use their in-house brand of couplers. This is their own coupler. Unlike the rivet counter, the operator engines use plastic couplers. There is debate out there in the internet world about these couplers. Some people like them, some people really hate them. They don't like them at all, and they usually change them out for KDs, which is fine too. These engines may get may get KDs. So, just FYI there. And of course, we have the sand filler hatches right there on the nose. We'll come around to the other side. Oh, and I almost forgot on the fuel tank before we go to the other side. Nice air tank details right here on the side. Fuel sight gauge there. Painted, really makes it stand out. And of course, your fuel filler cap right there looks really good. We'll just go ahead and come to the back right here. My camera's not focusing right there. There it goes. Maybe it focused for just a second. But anyway, you have nice printed number boards on the rear there. Have your sand filler hatch on the rear there. Looks real good. Come around to this. Oh, we'll go ahead and do the roof now. Nice looking radiator grills on the rear. Really nice depth to them. Look really nice. The exhaust stack. Of course, we have the Nathan P3 horn right here. Come around to the conductor side of the engine. Brake wheel right there. Nice looking grills on that side too. Back here to the HVAC unit, the air conditioning unit, have nice grill detail right there. Turn it over. Not sure if the camera's picking it up again, but nice little fan detail right there. Yeah, right there. I think it'll pick it up good enough. But anyway, nice little fan detail right there. Of course, we have the nice print decals on the conductor side. Nice looking windows. Of course, you have the fuel filler cap and sight gauge on that side as well. Looks good. And another thing I'll look, I don't know if my camera can pick this up or not, but you'll see the walkway actually has tread detail on it. That's real nice too. That looks really good. So anyway, we'll go ahead and set it back on the track here. Yeah, if I can get it back on the track. And we'll go through the motions of running this engine. Now, like the rivet counter engine, this operator engine shares the same motor and drive line essentially. So mechanically, these are essentially the same locomotives, the rivet counter and operator locomotives. So that really makes them run nice and smooth. And we'll just go through that, and I'll turn my radio off here so we won't have any background sound coming through. We'll turn it on just like that. Nice silent drive line. Back it up. Back these cars up a little bit so they're not running into my train. That way we can back it up enough where you can see the ditch lights operate on it. A little bit more. Okay, we'll flip the switch. Nice looking headlights and ditch lights. And again, kudos to Scaletrains for including that. That's something you don't see on an engine that's roughly about $100. Uh, most of the time, they'll just be cast pieces, cast details that don't function. So it's really neat to see that on a budget locomotive. So anyway, but another thing I want to touch on these couplers, on the coupler issue. Should you do change the couplers on this engine to KDs, I would suggest trimming the trip pin on the KD couplers. Now, if you're new to the hobby and don't really know what we're talking about, we'll grab our roundhouse car here. This car is equipped with KD 158s, but right there where my fingers, right there, that is the trip pin that hangs down off of these couplers. The reason why I suggested that you trim the trip pins back a little bit on these locomotives, these Scaletrains engines, and really the Athearn engines, are a lot the same way. A lot of the newer Athearn engines, both in Ready to Roll and Genesis, these engines couple really close together. And as such, the trip pins could rub on the snowplow, or on the pilots, I mean, on these locomotives, and could potentially scratch them up. So basically what I would suggest would be just trimming them back a little bit, do your adjustments, and then trim them back. Some people just do away with them completely and just cut them plumb off. You don't have to do that, but I would definitely strongly suggest trimming the trip pins on the KD couplers, at least some, where they won't be rubbing on the pilots. It might save you from scratching the paint off of them. Off of them. So anyway, just a little helpful tip right there. Another thing I noticed when I got this engine, when I first got it and hooked my SD40-2 to it, the one we reviewed in part 1, the rear coupler on this locomotive was low, and I'm not talking a little low, it was extremely low, to the point where the thing wouldn't stay coupled to the train. In fact, we'll go ahead and bring our SD40-2. This is our Ferromex engine from part 1. And what I eventually did, I eventually played around with the rear coupler box, and I was actually able to move it up, so it could just be a loose screw. They probably just didn't tighten the screw up on it. But I was able to move it up enough where it would look a lot better. We'll go ahead and pull them up here. We got them right here, and we'll go ahead and put a little tension on them just like that. And I'm going to zoom the camera up on them. Move it down right there, and you see when I move that up, it really helped the looks of them, and they didn't seem nowhere near as anxious to pull apart. So that really helped. I may go ahead and see if the screw's loose on this engine, on this Dash 9, and tighten it up and see if that further helps it. Or I may just wait and just go ahead and swap them out for KDs and then try it, see how they do. So we'll probably bring this engine back in another video and see how it looks after we do that. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of show you that. We'll go ahead and back it up here. Let me zoom. Well, come on, phone. Anyway, but I would strongly suggest giving these locomotives a look at least giving them some consideration. These are very budget-friendly engines. There's a lot of people that's just now getting into the hobby. They like the rivet, what they see with the rivet counter engines, but they may be way out of their price range. And this would be a great engine to take a look at. That's more budget friendly, because you don't have to worry about the gobs and gobs of details they put on them. You don't have to. They're not as risky to run without breaking parts or taking them out and risk breaking stuff off of them. They're just basically a take out of the box, go out and have fun with these engines. So, and plus it gives you, they still give you the essence of big power, and just the overall look of them. It's still, they still really grab the attention. So, and they still have enough nice features on them, and that you can really do some neat stuff with them. And of course, this engine here does not have sound or DCC. It does have the 21-pin connector where you can put your own sound decoder in it. So that's always a big plus. And anyway, with that being said, that will take a look at these two operator engines. We hope you've enjoyed the reviews of them. We'll probably do some more here again in the future. Again, if you be sure to like and subscribe and comment. And also, one other thing I'll mention, be sure to check out my buddy Wesley Mates. Wesley Mates' channel. I told him I'd give him a shout out. So if you haven't seen his runaway train video he took up there at the Harlan Museum last Christmas during the display, you need to give that video a watch. I think you'll get a kick out of it. So anyway, with that being said, we'll go ahead and leave you with a run-by of this train. And because of that, I'll have to put my track cleaning boxcar on here so we won't dirty the track up. So we'll put that on there like so. Just like that. Back our engines up like that. We'll just go ahead and back it up and let you have a nice little run by with them to wrap this video up. Again, we hope you enjoyed these product reviews. Be sure to check out all the other ones that we got, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, be sure to subscribe with us. So we'll go ahead and end this video with a run by. Be sure to stay safe, everybody, and thanks for watching.